Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another episode of Foxborough Central. I'm Bob Hickey, your host, and I thank you for taking a little bit of time to join me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough truly the gem of Norfolk County. And speaking of gems, when we talk about Foxborough, we talk about our downtown district and our lovely common. And of course, who here doesn't know about our common with the memorials, the monuments, the JC's bandstand, the flagpole, but the businesses are a little lacking. And part of that is because of the reality of our current sewering issues. That is well on its way to being resolved. Part of it is because the emergence of the other malls in town and the Chestnut Green area to the north of our common. So there's been some business push. And then of course we have our reconstructed town hall that's currently in its phased development. So all these things are coming together and time, life, and everything else kind of moves forward. So how do we as a community have a vibrant downtown area? Well, it only happens if there are business owners willing to take a risk and move into town. So tonight, I would like to, as you who are fans of Foxborough Central know, I would like to focus on some really good news, and we like to welcome two new business owners to Foxborough. I don't know how new we are since we already know each other, but Kristen Britton, how are you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see me again and you again. Of course, Kristen, speaking of the JC's bandstand, Kristen is a JC's family, her parents, Dave and Anna, and knowing them well and seeing you grow up through the years, it's great to see you again. And of course, we're also joined by Dwayne. And Dwayne, you are here to, Dwayne Williams, I'm sorry, and you are here to tell us about the new business on the Commons called Consignments on the Commons, correct?
Correct.
Phenomenal. Dwayne, let's have at it. What is Consignments on the Common?
Well, Consignments on the Common is a high-end furniture and home decor store. What we do is we offer a 50-50 split for anyone who has furniture, home decor accessories, artwork, things around the home that they no longer need or use that they would like to make some money from.
Okay.
We offer 3 ways for people to consign. One is we do an express drop-off, which is available Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., where you simply come by with any home decor items, furniture pieces, and we'll go through them quickly, let you know which ones meet our standards for consignment, and we will email a price list of those items within 2 days, and you're on your way.
So this is not a yard sale. I have to bring quality
Correct.
thing, higher end maybe, and
Yes, what we're looking for, we look for higher end brands. We're looking at Pottery Barn, Ethan Allen, Restoration Hardware, some of the more well-known brand names. We're not consigning furniture you may put together yourself in Walmart, Target, or IKEA, things of the like.
I see.
We also offer in-home appointments where we come out to you and we'll bring the larger pieces to the store, whether it's a couch, a bedroom set, a china cabinet, things like that. And we also offer in-store appointments where you sit down with myself or Kristen and we go through the items, price the items together, and it's a very simple process, a nice way to make some money. And unlike other consignment shops that mail out checks each month, as your items sell, you're able to collect cash the day an item sells. Anytime
Fantastic.
you're in the area, just come in. We'll always have your cash waiting for you for items that have sold.
That's great. So we're talking about Consignments on the Common, and it's located at 34 School Street right here in Foxborough on the Common, next to the old fire station in the same yellow building that Judy's Flowers is in. So it's easy to find. There's plenty of parking there, particularly for your express drive up that you just mentioned. Kristen, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I am a girl and I love shopping, and sometimes I would shop online for furniture, and it would be very risky to meet strangers
Going
on the
through
side.
Craigslist
Yes.
and that
And I
sort of
feel like
thing.
it's a safer way for people. Everybody, I know I do, have stuff in my attic that's dusty, that's good quality.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to help out the environment because we're not producing any more furniture products, we're not cutting any more down trees, and frankly, they don't make furniture the way that they used to. So
That is true.
yes,
So is this a first time this type of business has ever been attempted, or are there other models that you're
no, there's
emulating?
other stores. There's how many in Pembroke?
There's a number of furniture consignment stores on the South Shore, Pembroke, Hanover area. There's other furniture consignment shops up in Needham, Natick, other areas, but in this area around here, there's really none. We've seen dozens of furniture consignment shops on Cape Cod and Rhode Island, and we really thought, wow, there's really an unmet need in this area.
So it's a popular trend, and you're bringing it out to Foxborough. So
Correct.
in our area,
And of
you
course,
pretty
the
much,
center. You have to put it in the center.
Absolutely, and which is great, by the way. And we in Foxborough, appreciate the business. So it's a trending type of business, but one that isn't anywhere else in the area. So it sounds like you've got great market share, and people who are at home probably would do well to check it out and come out to the store. And so your hours are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
Correct.
And Sunday,
12 to 5.
12 to 5. So you're open 7 days a week.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I know that there's some other little nuggets going on here. So we're talking about Consignments on the Common, 34 School Street. You know where it is. If you don't know where it is, you can call them up at 508-543-2053. They also have a web address, right? At www.letsconsign.com. What a great slogan. And then your email is photos@letsconsign.com. So letsconsign.com, Consignments on the Common. What else is going on at this consignment shop?
Well, I think one aspect, I grew up in Foxborough, and my family was very involved with the community. And prior to this, I was a social worker, so I think community and taking care of our youth is probably one of the most important things. It's a personal passion of mine.
Okay.
And one aspect that we are doing is fundraising. Would you like to explain it, Mr. Williams?
Sure.
Mr. Williams, would you please explain that to us?
Well, what we offer is a very simple way for people to raise money for their charities. We've helped a number of local charities in the past raise money, from Foxboro PTO to local churches to local sports teams and food pantries. And what we ask is, if you're doing a fundraiser, for people that want to support your cause to bring any hours we're open, 7 days a week, bring in bags of clothing, shoes, handbags, linens, things that they would normally donate to, say, a roadside donation bin.
Those big yellow bins.
The big yellow bins you see all around town that people fill up on a regular basis, rather than donating to a cause that's not local. You get to pick a local charity that you would like the money to go to. Now, the clothes we collect, we do sell to local thrift shops in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And same as the local roadside bins are also selling to these stores. But what makes us different is we're able to give the fundraiser a list each month of all the names of the people that donated to their charity that month, as well as we cut a check to that charity, which is 15 cents a pound to the charity. So if you've got 20 people that bring in a 50-pound, a couple bags for 50 pounds, you got 1,000 pounds. And so each month, based on the total weight of the donations that your charity's collected on your behalf, we're able to cut a large check to your charity.
How fantastic is that? So the fundraisers, and for lack of a better term, the fundraiser at your place benefits any number one of charities, and all is driven by the person who's contributing the clothing.
Correct.
Absolutely. And I think the yellow bins, like we were discussing earlier, a lot of people don't know that people who have those yellow bins are making money off of it, as well as they're donating it as well. But we're keeping it in the center of Foxborough in a location where it's easy.
Because those clothing donations, they end up going to thrift shops, correct?
Correct.
And so this is the same model. It's just by going through your store, the money is being donated
The money
to
goes,
a local charity.
directly
Yeah.
to a local charity,
How cool is
rather
that?
than typically an owner of a shopping center or a gas station collects a monthly check based on the weight of clothing that has put in the bins. Those grocery store, gas station owners are getting checks each month for your donations. We are doing this. Now, the reason we are doing this, the selfish reason, of course,
There's
is
got to be a reason.
Exactly. The selfish
What's the
reason,
hook?
we are raising money for the charities, but the selfish reason for us is to generate new people into the store. We're doing this for foot traffic. So when somebody comes in with 3-4 bags of clothing that no longer fits or they no longer wear, that their children may have outgrown, they're coming in, they're raising money for their PTO, but more importantly for us is they're able to come in and go, oh wow, that's a beautiful clock, or oh wow, I like that bedroom set, or I could really use that, whatever, that beautiful chair in the corner or that desk. we're doing it to generate the foot traffic to help our consigners sell their items faster and ultimately put money in the pockets of people that have taken the time to either drop off their consignments or call and schedule us to come out and pick up their consignments.
That's great. And that is a super way of doing it. It's the same thing as putting the cheap milk in the back of the store. And
Correct. The fundraising drop-off is in the back of the store.
There you
It
go.
is at the back of the store, actually.
Well, that makes perfect sense. So now we know the reason why, and it's a great give back to the community. So that's a phenomenal piece of the puzzle. So again, we're talking about Consignments on the Common. It's run by Kristen Britton and Dwayne Williams. They are the co-founders. It's at 34 School Street, 508-543-2053. Check them out at www.letsconsign.com. And they are in the same building as Judy's Flowers next to the old fire station. So we've talked about furniture, upper end furniture. You can also have them come out and pick it up at your home for a nominal fee. I think it's a small $50 fee here in town, or $60, $65, $75 if you're out of town. So that's another great way that they can come out and maybe help you clear out your attic and give you a little pocket change as well, and have it going to a good place where you know it's going to be safe and people are going to want to buy it without too much hassle on your part. So we've talked about furniture consignment. We've talked about the charitable aspect of it, but I know there's another little hidden nugget here. So for those of you who stayed with us for the entire program, let's talk to Kristen. What is the hidden treasure here?
So I graduated from Foxborough High School in 2004, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a while ago. But I really, really loved art. As a kid, Foxborough has phenomenal art program. The music program is one of the best in the nation. Mm-hmm. We have an amazing arts department, and one thing that we're reaching out is when it was Chic to Chic, we have all these dressing rooms that we converted into individual little art galleries.
Really?
So, yeah. So we contacted a bunch of local artists, and they're going to be displaying and selling their work there. It's a way I personally love art to promote it. We're also donating a room to Foxborough High School, so the Artists of the Month can display their work there. So it'll be a good way for local artists to be able to express themselves, and it's a way that it makes our store unique. Mm-hmm. So each artist, like everybody else, is an individual person, so it's promoting local art and it's promoting local artists, because we all know if kids who do art, do sports, do music are more likely to stay out of trouble, so it's our way
of giving in and putting it. So how great is that to instantly become a part of the fabric by weaving yourself into the arts, and with the Bloomer Room and the library, of course, has art displayed by local artists. And then up at Patriot Place, there's the artist studio up there. So how cool is it that we're going to have that back on the Common and have a place for local artists to be able to display their wares? Now, so are the things for sale in there?
For the high school students, no, because I would feel bad if a minor was selling their work. Like, we don't want to make money off of minors, I'm being honest. But the rooms, each artist has they are able to set their price. Mm-hmm. It is their art, their work. They're literally renting out the space from us. Mm-hmm. We do take 1/3 because we do pay for the lights, the AC, the credit card machine, but they get to set their own price, and they get to sign a 3-month contract for that space. So
now,
it's not forever.
Are you currently looking for more artists, or are you in a happy spot?
We currently have 1 spot available left.
Wow.
Yeah,
so depending upon when you're watching this, and if you're an artist, you may want to get on the action. And to do so, talk to Kristen or Dwayne down at the Consignments on the Common at 34 School Street. Well, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, good. That's nice to be able to do something that we love. So now, how did you to get into the furniture consignment business? Did you go to furniture consignment school? Did you take a furniture consignment course? And I'm being facetious, of course, but how did this become a passion?
I've run a number of consignment shops in the past, and I also owned 2 very large thrift stores in Rhode Island called Thrift Bargains in Pawtucket and one in East Providence. And we noticed one of our best-selling departments in the store is the furniture and home decor. We do clothing, we do electronics, we do books, handbags, jewelry in those stores, and what we find is the furniture pieces move faster than anything.
Really?
There's really no market for affordable, secondhand couches, dining room tables, chairs, things like that. So I said, you know what, we should really do something like that in the Foxborough area.
Okay.
There are a number of fabulous furniture consignment shops throughout Rhode Island, throughout Cape Cod, and for whatever reason in the Foxborough, Mansfield, Rentham, Sharon area, there aren't any stores of this kind.
Well, as they say in sales, it's finding something people want and finding a market. It sounds like you have both. So, Kristen, how did you get into this line of business? You said before that you're in social work. So, talk about, since I last saw you from high school, where has your journey gone? That's brought you to our table here tonight.
I graduated college in 2008. The economy crashed.
It did.
And
you are correct.
Yep. And at the time, a few times, me and my brother would drive around to storage units and pick up items and then sell them online for a while. And my dad would get so aggravated because his whole garage would be covered with like...
Your father, Dave?
Yep. He would get so mad because I tried to pull in the car and he's like, this is all this stuff. And we found the stuff eventually sold, but anybody who sells stuff online, it's very, very tedious and you have to... The meeting of the strangers.
Yeah. There's a lot of work. So it sounds like you've always had an entrepreneurial bent, though.
I hope so.
And it sounds like you've been successful at it. So maybe the two of you together here are going to make a successful business here in Foxborough.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to give you the last word. I'm going to remind our friends at home, of course, that Consignments on the Common is now open Mondays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you want to do a drop-off, their express drop-off is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're also open on Sundays from 12 noon to 5. So if you have a beautiful day, why not go out and find yourself a nice dining room set? You can also donate your lightly used, gently used, quality clothing for charity. Consignment, drop it off, make sure it's neatly folded and washed, and they'll do it by the pound. It'll make a generous donation to a charity, local charity of your choice. And then finally, we have the artist studios inside the former dressing rooms that make it kind of a neat little cubby niche. Sounds really cool. I hope you'll join me in going out there at 34 School Street. Of course, if you ever get confused about who they are, what they are, check them out at www.letsconsign.com. You can email them at photos@letsconsign.com. Better yet, just drop by the studios at 34 School Street here in Foxborough on the Common. So, Dwayne, I'm going to give you first go because I'm going to let Kristen have the last word.
No problem. Well, thank you, Bob, for your time. We're very excited. We literally just signed the lease less than a week and a half ago, and we're moving quickly. We've had a lot of great people stopping in, knocking on the door as we're painting, bringing in furniture. Please, please, can I buy things? Please, please, can I sell some stuff with you? So the response has been fantastic from the people in the community. We've reached out on Facebook and we've got so many likes and comments. People just like, oh, that's such a good idea. I can't believe there's nothing like this in the area. So we're very excited to get going. Our grand opening will be very shortly. What we're doing is collecting consignments for the next couple weeks until we fill the store. And as soon as the store is full, we're going to be having a grand opening and we're ready to go. So we're very excited.
So I can be your friend on Facebook as well?
Of course,
well,
absolutely.
Hey, this is a real business. So help them with their grand opening. Of course, you're going to want to give them a shout and get your gently used treasures out to the Consignments on the Common, and maybe you can make a buck and help them get the store open. So follow them on Facebook for exact times and also on their website to make sure you know when they're going to be open. So Kristen, final word with all the treasures we have going on?
For me, this is a labor of love, literally. We've been painting for how many days because we can't afford a contractor. And my goal personally is to make Foxborough Center beautiful again. And it's right now, I grew up here and it's my backyard and I have friends here and my godchildren are in the school system. Okay. And for me, especially, we have to give back to the community. And this is such an amazing town. It's given me so much opportunity in my own personal life that I feel like it's a way that we can give back. I also think that a lot of people have dusty furniture that they may not use, and it's a good way for them to make money and help out a local business.
If you're into the arts, or if you're into supporting your local charities, you're into making a little money off of your gently used furniture and other treasures, this sounds like the place for you. Consignments on the Common. Welcome to Consignments on the Common, and thank you for joining us here on Foxborough Cable Access.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. And if you're a fan of Foxborough Central, you always know that you can check out this or any of our other programs at www.fcatv.org. I would really like to thank the volunteers who helped make my world a reality. Betty Travers behind the camera, Deb Storrs behind the camera, Paul Beck behind the glass, and of course Jillian Larson, who puts all the great, cool graphics together for you. Lauren Bitar, who puts us on the air, and Michael Weber, who keeps us all organized. I'm Bob Hickey, your happy host, wishing you a wonderful day. Have a great one, Foxborough. Take care.